Look at your screen. Just look at your screen. Now, I know what y'all wondering. Kane, what's your major malfunction? What you got going on, brother man? Yes, this is a text message between me and a girl from Amazon. That's right. I know, I understand. I told myself that I was never going to do it. I was never going to cold approach my coworker at Amazon. But here we are, bro. It's another one. Like DJ Khaled, another one. I'm doing it again. I'm not learning my lesson. Sweet baby Jesus, what is my major malfunction? I'm so sorry for saying your name in vain, but I just gotta express how I feel. I done told myself I don't want to do this again, but every single time when I'm bored on my 10-hour shift at Amazon, I just keep doing the same things over and over again, expecting different results. That's my style. That's my bop. That's how I'm moving, but I don't want to move like that. I'm going to keep it all the way a buck. Now, in the black, this is the girl that I just met. Yeah, this is the girl that I just met at Amazon that was looking at me crazy. And in the blue, this is me. Now, I'm not going to expose everything, and I'm usually not the type to really expose messages, but here we are. This is what's going on. Now, it all started from back in the days. This was a couple of weeks ago, by the way. It all started from back in the days, you know? Now, everybody knows that I'm a water spider / stower at Amazon. And everybody knows that I do not like stowing and water spidering. Because to keep it a buck, it's not my style anymore. Been there, done that, don't want to do it. Couple of nights ago, my PA talking about you gonna be stuck here. I'm like, hell the fuck no, that's not happening. But you know, it is what it is. Now let's get back with this real shit, right? So I was water spidering on the 4th floor on the east. Did not like that shit, to the point that the next day I decided to say, well, you know what? I'm going to water spider on the 1st floor because both of them are very comfortable. I was going to do it until one of my PAs says, hey, you want to do me a favor? I said, what? I said, do you want to tote run for me? I said, yeah, I'll tote run. Now look, if you work at Amazon and you know about tote running, that shit is an exercise. I'm telling you, you gotta walk for 10 hours straight just to make sure that there is no blue lights. You gotta put the totes in the machine. No blue lights whatsoever. That shit is not a cakewalk. I am telling you, it is not a cakewalk. Now, I did that the whole night, and then I seen this new girl. And I ain't gonna lie, I seen this new girl. She kept looking at me. And I kept looking at her. And I didn't really want to pay attention to her because I was doing my job. All I want to do at work is do my job and get out of there as soon as my shift is over. So I don't got time for nobody and anybody's nonsense. I don't got time for that. So we kept looking at each other. It didn't really go nowhere. And she was doing that the whole night on the 1st floor. I didn't really think nothing of it. Until 3 weeks later, I seen the same girl look at me. And I said, you know what? She's on the 2nd floor picking. I'm on the 1st floor. Let me go holler at her. Let me see what she's really about. So I approached her. I did the old cold approach because, you know, I'm the YN of Charlotte, North Carolina. Niggas know. I cold approached this female, and she says, hey, you're the guy that I was looking at. And I was like, yeah. She says, you was looking at me crazy, like you were mad, like you got a problem with me or something. Now, I'm from New York, and everybody knows that when you're from New York, when a person looks at you, you automatically think it's a problem. So I automatically thought it was a problem. I didn't want to look at her anymore. It is what it is. I told her, look, that's not really my demeanor. I know I look mad, but I'm not really mad. It is what it is. I'm actually a loving person, a loving and a happy person. It is what it is. And she said, all right. She says, what makes you want to talk to me all of a sudden? Well, I didn't really think that you fuck with me for real. And she says, sir, I looked at you first. So obviously it's something. So after that, we exchanged numbers. I thought about getting the Instagram, but then I said, well, you know what? I'm just going to get the number. And to this day, this is the disclaimer, I still don't know her name. I'm going to keep it all the way a buck. I don't know her name. So was it worth it? No, because honestly, I don't give a fuck. I don't. I'm going to keep it all the way spicy, right? So that was the first day, right? The whole night we're talking to each other. Everything was positive. Everything was good vibes. At the end of the shift, she wanted to get to know me a little better. And I just said, well, respectfully, I'm a little tired, so I think it's best for me to really just go home. She was a little bummed out, but it was okay. And the last thing that she said, and I really wish I would have showed the messages, but usually I don't show messages. The last thing that she said is that just FaceTime me when I come home. Now, when she said this, I was already gone. I was asleep. I ain't gonna lie, I was fast asleep, so I didn't really get to do none of that. So the next day, I texted her. Nothing was really going on. I was like, all right, maybe she'll text back, she's sleeping. Then I texted her something else, still not responding. I was like, okay, it is what it is. I'll just wait till I go to work. It is what it is. Then when I seen her at work, I texted her again. She's still not responding. So I'm like, all right, this is a little weird. I'm not really expecting this. I'm not understanding the correlation in all this. So I called her. She sounded like she was outside ordering food. She talking about some $40. And she told me that she was going to call me back. Now, that was around the time where I decided to say, well, you know what? I'm going to leave around 1 a.m. because honestly, I am drained from Amazon. I am sick and tired of their shit. Really, I left because it was a bad day. That was around the time that my other YouTube channel, LB and Kane, got a second strike. I was real bummed out, so I left work early. And I was in the car about to go home. And that was around the time that I was deciding to call her, I called her and I'm not really hearing her. And I said, yo, it's me. This is what she said. And I swear, this is what she said. And I'm not over exaggerating when I say this. She said, I don't have any weed. Now, when she said this, she hung up. And I said, yeah, that's the end of that. I blocked her. It's over. Throw the keys away, put the fries in the bag. It's over. That's when I knew, oh yeah, shorty's not all the way up here. Now, who's this shorty, you might ask? Well, she's 20 years old. She's always out with her friends, a lot of them. They work at the same job place. And I'm going to let you know right now, I still don't know her name. I still don't know her name. Now, do I care? Obviously not. Because I'm living my life doing what I'm supposed to do, flexing up, doing the things that I really love to do. And her, well, this is my assumption. I think she has a boyfriend. And she was just playing around, doing what she does best. Becoming the BOP. It is what it is, man. So she could do her bop things over there, and I'm going to keep focusing on myself. And with that, I'm out.